On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Orlando Magic are ready for this thing to get started. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Happy to have you along for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
All right.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
So on the floor for Orlando, at the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Vucevic, and it's Payton in at the 1 spot. Hawkins checked in for Payton. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, over that break, I listened in on what head coach for the Magic was getting across in the huddle. He told them that this game will be decided by their work on the offensive glass. He wants all 5 guys crashing the boards at that end of the floor. He talked also about getting the ball to their big men in the low post. That's where the ball should be going, he said. Let's get it in tight. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
And thank you for that, Doris. Hawkins kicks to Oladipo. 6 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Another miss by Orlando. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Harris passes to Hawkins. And Oladipo kicks to Hawkins. Drops in the layup for 2. Hawkins has got his first 2 points.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Nene, the screen. Pierce kicks to Gortat. It's stolen by Vucevic. And now Orlando on the break. Harris outside. Here's Hawkins. Hits the outside fadeaway. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Wall against Hawkins. Wall dishes to Pierce. Wall passes to Pierce. Wizards passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Beal. Count it from 12. And here's Hawkins. He's coming off a 10-point game against Chicago. Vucevic a screen on Wall. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The shot by Hawkins, no good.
Nice early advantage for them on the glass, guys.
You know, part of rebounding well early is just going after the ball and boxing out. I mean, establishing that tone so that you can maintain it later in the game.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo. The Wizards shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. So it's...
That's it.
And you know this, man.
Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. So for the Magic, Wizards trail by 4.
John Wall is becoming very efficient running the pick and roll. He's got a nice pull-up from the right elbow if the defender decides to sag off or go under the screen, and if they play up on him, he can blow right by him. So because of his finishing ability, that's a tough cover.
And so in the game for the Magic, at the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Vucevic is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Hawkins in at the point. Nene setting the pick for Sessions. The kick out to Pierce. Fires the 3. Another shot. Gortat. Shot is off. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed, and sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the basket. It's just pure frustration.
Well, you can call it any number of things, Steve. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, dysfunctional. Any of those would fit.
Hawkins against Beal. Hawkins kicks to Vucevic. Clock at 6. Oladipo, the pass to Hawkins. That one wide left. And Wall has some good big men to work with running that pick and roll. Nene, very mobile. Steve, a great finisher.
Yeah, and of course, Marcin Gortat spent a couple of years running the pick and roll with Steve Nash in Phoenix. So, you know, he's had some pointers for Wall, too. All in all, you love to see the chemistry that has developed between all those players.
Sessions against Hawkins. Sessions with it, and Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid Payton has some very noticeable hair on the floor. He said the story behind it is as follows. Me and my teammates in high school agreed we wouldn't cut our hair the entire season until we won a state championship. We wound up losing in the semifinals, but I liked what it was doing and just let it keep growing and growing. Guys, will it ever end?
We'll see if it does. Thanks, Doris. Gortat inside. Vucevic on him, and that one's good by Gortat. Orlando's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Out to Harris. Pass to Hawkins. Now the dish to Oladipo. Here's Harris. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harris has got 11.
They're starting to get a little triple happy, falling in love with that three-pointer.
Yeah, they're really starting to cast jump shots here in the second, Clark. I think they've got to mix it up and get the ball inside a little bit. And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
John Wall's checked in for Sessions. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Oladipo kicks to Harris. Pass to Hawkins. Shot clock at 5. That's short off the rim. Beal with it. He's coming off a 28-point game against Brooklyn. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And the first half ends in a close one. Orlando.
Well, guys, I'm here.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay it.
Welcome back, everybody. The start.
Let's go.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. Porter is out there with Pierce, and it's Gortat in at center. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And Wall kicks to Beal. Back to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. The shot is off. Great D that time from Payton.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy with.
You know, I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a skosh.
Hawkins checked in for Payton.
Nikola Vucevic has a basketball pedigree. I mean, it's pretty impressive. His father played professionally in Europe for more than 2 decades, including for the Yugoslavian national team. His mother was a player as well. So you might say his DNA was set up to play the game.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. It's Hawkins on the wing, covered by Wall. And there it is again from him. Shot good from Hawkins. Hawkins has got the lead up to 10 now for the Magic. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Wall's shot is off.
Well contested shot there.
And that's the key defensively. You've got to make them work for it, challenge every shot.
Oladipo, the pass to Hawkins. Count that one. And now it's a 12-point Magic lead.
You got to like the way they've come out here in the second half. They're starting to knock down shots with regularity.
Yeah, and any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it usually means you're moving the ball, you're getting good looks, the shots you want. And I think they just got to continue to play smart and play together just like they've been doing to keep the lead.
5 on the clock. Oladipo against Wall. And Oladipo kicks to Hawkins from the wing. Hawkins can't get that one to fall.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Beal dishes to Porter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Great job taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, from no choice but to foul there.
Here is Wall. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. On the court for Orlando. At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Vucevic, and it's Hawkins in at the point.
Well, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Feeds the Wall. No good. Solid defense there from Hawkins. Orlando leading by 11.
So it looks like just playing the last bit of this game out in what should be a nice win here for Orlando.
Clark, looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And they can breathe a sigh of relief now that they're on their way to a win here and have avoided losing all 4 games of the season series.
Would have been a hard pill to swallow if they hadn't pulled it out, that's for sure.
And nobody really saw a performance like this coming. But it was a big-time game for Oladipo. And a big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving and finding guys when they would flash open.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Nene, he's checked in for Pierce. Porter comes in for Rasul Butler. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. So for the Wizards, their last game a win against the Brooklyn Nets. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Humphries. Shot's good.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
That's been so critical, Clark, because whenever they have gotten the ball into the paint, it's resulted in points, it seems like.
Sessions against Hawkins. Porter pulls it in.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Didn't matter that he was surrounded. He was the guy who muscled every